The person meant to walk beside you for life is not responding to your past pain. They are responding to who you became after you healed. Marriage is attracted to transformation, not to wounds. Most people believe love finds them while they are still broken, struggling, or incomplete. They think someone will come and fix what hurts, fill what is empty, and save what feels lost. But marriage does not work that way. A lifelong partner is not drawn to your scars. They are drawn to the strength you built because of them. Healing changes your energy, and energy is what truly attracts. When you heal, you stop asking love to rescue you and start allowing love to meet you. The soul you once were operated from survival. It reacted from fear, insecurity, and unmet needs. That version of you tolerated confusion, accepted inconsistency, and mistook intensity for love. But healing rewires your inner world. You no longer chase affection or prove worth. You stop repeating old emotional patterns. This shift is not loud, but it is powerful, and it changes who is able to come close to you. Your healed soul speaks differently without words. It carries calm instead of chaos, clarity instead of confusion, confidence instead of need. This energy is felt immediately. The right marriage partner does not connect to drama or emotional hunger. They connect to peace, wholeness, and emotional safety. Healing turns you into someone who can hold love, not just desire it. When you heal, your standards rise naturally. You no longer accept half effort, mixed signals, or emotional games, not because you are bitter, but because you are aware. Awareness is the fruit of healing. You recognize what aligns with you and what does not. This discernment filters your life. It removes what is not meant to stay and makes space for what is. Marriage is not drawn to who you were when you were afraid of being alone. It is drawn to who you are when you are at peace with yourself. That peace is magnetic. It tells the universe that you are no longer operating from lack. And when lack disappears, alignment begins. The healed version of you does not beg for love. Love moves toward them willingly. Your communication also changes as you heal. You stop over-explaining your feelings. You stop justifying your needs. You speak with calm authority. You listen without defensiveness. This creates emotional safety. Safety is the foundation of marriage. A partner capable of commitment is drawn to someone who can communicate without emotional volatility. Healing teaches you how to express without exploding and how to listen without collapsing. Healing also reshapes how you imagine love. You stop fantasizing about being saved or rescued. You stop imagining love as emotional extremes. Instead, you imagine partnership as shared peace, mutual respect, and steady growth. These images feel normal to you now, and what feels normal internally becomes easy to experience externally. Marriage arrives when it feels familiar to your nervous system. The healed soul does not rush timelines. It does not fear delays. It trusts alignment over urgency. This trust relaxes your energy. Relaxed energy attracts aligned experiences faster than anxious effort ever could. When you are healed, you no longer chase signs. You no longer force outcomes. You allow life to surprise you. And often that is when love appears unexpectedly. Your past relationships were lessons, not failures. They shaped your awareness. They showed you what you will no longer accept. Healing allows you to extract wisdom instead of carrying wounds. This wisdom is attractive. It shows maturity. Maturity invites commitment. Marriage is drawn to someone who has learned, not someone still bleeding. The healed version of you also understands boundaries. You no longer threaten to leave or beg someone to stay. You choose alignment calmly. You walk away from what does not meet you without anger. This emotional steadiness signals readiness. Marriage requires someone who can remain grounded even when things are challenged. Healing gives you that grounding. So if you are waiting for marriage, do not ask why it has not arrived yet. Ask instead who you have become. Have you healed the need to be chosen? Have you healed the fear of abandonment? Have you healed the belief that love must hurt to be real? Because the partner meant for you is not drawn to your past version. They are drawn to the soul you've healed. And when that healed soul is fully embodied, marriage does not struggle to find you. It recognizes you. Marriage is not pulled toward open wounds or unresolved pain. It is drawn toward the strength that forms after healing takes place. When emotional injuries are healed, your energy changes completely. You stop operating from fear, insecurity, or survival. Instead, you move from awareness and stability. This shift is subtle, yet powerful. You no longer attract situations that mirror pain. You attract experiences that reflect growth. Healing removes emotional chaos. Chaos repels commitment. Calm invites it. Marriage requires emotional clarity. Clarity comes from healing. When wounds are resolved, reactions soften. You respond instead of react. This response shows maturity. Maturity invites seriousness. Marriage looks for readiness, not rescue. Healing signals that you are ready to build, not be fixed. Love approaches strength. Strength comes from healing. That is why marriage aligns with wholeness, not brokenness. Inner peace replaces emotional hunger. When healing is complete, you no longer look to others to fill emptiness. You feel complete within yourself. This completeness creates balance. Balanced energy attracts balanced partners. When peace replaces need, desperation fades. Desperation distorts connection. Peace clarifies it. You become comfortable with yourself. Comfort creates confidence. Confidence attracts respect. Respect builds commitment. Inner peace also calms your nervous system. Calm systems attract safe relationships. Marriage requires safety. Safety begins internally. When you are peaceful, you allow relationships to grow naturally. You do not rush milestones. You do not fear distance. Peace removes pressure. Pressure blocks flow. Flow invites alignment. Marriage enters peaceful hearts. Peace makes love sustainable. Sustainable love becomes marriage. Healed self-worth ends the chase for validation. You no longer prove your value through effort. You know who you are without external approval. This knowing reshapes behavior. You stop overgiving to be chosen. You stop tolerating less to avoid loss. Self-worth creates standards. Standards protect emotional health. Protected energy remains stable. Stability attracts commitment. When you value yourself, others respond accordingly. Marriage respects self-respect. Self-worth also removes comparison. You no longer measure yourself against others. Comparison creates insecurity. Insecurity repels healthy love. Confidence invites it. Healed self-worth allows you to receive love without suspicion. You trust yourself to choose well. This trust deepens connection. Connection built on worth lasts. Marriage aligns with those who stand firmly in value. Value attracts value. Healing restores worth. Emotional maturity creates a sense of safety. You handle emotions without overwhelming others. You communicate calmly. You listen openly. This balance reassures partners. Reassurance encourages vulnerability. Vulnerability deepens intimacy. Intimacy strengthens bonds. Marriage grows where safety exists. Emotional maturity also shows accountability. You own mistakes without defensiveness. You repair rather than blame. This behavior builds trust. Trust is essential for commitment. Without maturity, emotions create instability. Instability delays marriage. Maturity stabilizes relationships. Stable relationships progress naturally. Emotional maturity also brings patience. You allow growth without force. This patience supports longevity. Marriage requires long-term thinking. Emotional maturity provides that foundation. Safety invites permanence. Permanence leads to marriage. Maturity proves readiness. Clear boundaries show readiness for partnership. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines for respect. When boundaries are clear, expectations are understood. Understanding prevents conflict. Conflict handled well strengthens relationships. Boundaries also protect self-respect. Self-respect invites respect from others. Marriage thrives in mutual respect. Without boundaries, resentment grows. Resentment damages connection. Boundaries create emotional structure. Structure supports growth. Growth deepens partnership. Boundaries also signal confidence. You know what you will accept. You calmly enforce limits. This calm enforcement shows strength. Strength attracts commitment. Marriage requires structure to last. Clear boundaries provide that structure. Respect sustains love. Love sustained becomes marriage. Love does not respond to pain carried from the past. It responds to calm energy present now. When you heal, your energy softens. Soft energy feels safe. Safe energy attracts aligned partners. Pain creates tension. Tension repels commitment. Calm creates openness. Openness invites connection. When you release past hurt, your reactions change. You stop projecting fear. You stop expecting loss. This openness allows trust. Trust deepens intimacy. Marriage requires trust. Calm energy communicates emotional stability. Stability reassures others. Reassurance builds confidence. Confidence leads to commitment. Love meets calm naturally. Calm energy also brings clarity. You see situations clearly. Clear perception prevents attachment to the wrong people. Marriage aligns with clarity. Healing transforms pain into presence. Presence invites love. Love follows calm energy. Healing does not only change what you want, it changes who you attract. As your inner world shifts, your outer experiences follow. Old patterns dissolve. New connections appear. This change reflects growth. Growth attracts growth. You no longer resonate with emotionally unavailable people. You attract those capable of commitment. Healing raises your frequency. Higher frequency aligns with healthier relationships. This alignment feels natural. You do not force it. You allow resonance. Resonance attracts similar energy. Marriage forms between aligned energies. Healing also sharpens intuition. You sense misalignment early. Early awareness prevents emotional investment in wrong paths. This discernment saves time. Time saved accelerates alignment. Healing reshapes attraction patterns. Marriage follows this transformation. Growth determines connection. Healed souls find healed partners. Marriage recognizes growth before desire, because growth indicates sustainability. Desire alone fades. Growth endures. When you grow, you develop emotional skills. These skills sustain partnership. Marriage looks for long-term capacity. Capacity comes from growth. Growth also reflects self-awareness. Self-awareness prevents repeated mistakes. Prevention protects connection. Marriage requires evolution. Those who grow adapt. Adaptation strengthens union. Growth also shows resilience. You recover from challenges. Resilience reassures partners. Reassurance builds trust. Trust supports commitment. Marriage responds to those who evolve. Evolution signals readiness. Desire without growth creates instability. Growth without desperation creates alignment. Marriage aligns with development. Development invites union. Growth completes the journey.